Hello everyone, and welcome back to Norland, and our World of War series on the channel. And a couple of days ago, you may have noticed that I uploaded a video about the patch 39 and 40 being released, but the last couple of episodes did not mention it or reflect those updates, and that's because I had already recorded them. But let's just quickly go over that. So, Carrots came out, and I was thinking about actually moving everything over to Carrots, because basically Carrots, the way they work is they produce a little bit slower, but they also don't have the negative downsides of rutabaga, but not quite as powerful as something like flour either. The issue, I think, is that basically we already have, of course, our flour production set up, but carrots basically they just don't produce fast enough. So I don't really want to move everything over to them, but I do think that maybe we should consider having one field for it. So I would probably place it. Like right over here, so it's not too far out of the way, but I'm not going to bother with a road leading to it. And like I said, this is just because we do want to maybe downsize a little bit of our workforce. So I think we probably will end up getting rid of a flour production, or rather a rye field, and then maybe one of our mills. But I do want to see exactly how quickly the carrots produce, as it is. So that's kind of the plan there for the moment. We're going to consider carrots, but I think that's more of an early game thing. But at least then we won't have to have rutabaga, and we can just give our prisoners and stuff carrots. So either way, I think this is going to work out. Now, as well, in the last several episodes, we've had this residential house burnt down, and it never gets rebuilt, so I just went ahead and destroyed it and created a new one. I did the same thing with this alchemy lab, and they are getting built now, so I think that bug is still a thing, and I hope the developers will fix it soon. As well, the prison ward, I got a little bit of a facelift, so I had to replace it, and I just had to move it up slightly because it's a little bit larger than before, which I'm not too big of a fan of, but it looks amazing, so happy about that. Otherwise, we are just waiting for Luchavoy and Dunyava to finish their tasks. Dunyava is heading to Paris, and Luchavoy is going to take out this bandit camp. Oh yes, and one other thing, so Luchavoy and Neptera, actually, they will sleep here in the hall, which is quite nice. I don't know why Luchavoy left his army to go and do this. That's a little strange. Hold on. He completely left. Radover is handling it now. I don't like that. Where are they? Did they already leave? No. Okay, I guess we have to disband this and recreate it, which is a little annoying. But either way, Luchavoy and Neptera actually have a good enough relationship now, so we can set up this wise conversation finally. And we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll create this squad again. I think we went with, what, about 19 soldiers? So let's go ahead and just do something like that. And we have this thing where you can actually set them to have no equipment at all, or set the entire squad to have auto equipment. I don't actually know. It didn't do anything when I just clicked it, so let's take everything off. Okay, so we took everything off. Let's go ahead and hit auto. Okay, so it went mostly with maces on everybody. It went with the best armor on the best people, it looks like. I actually rather like this auto button. It probably functions how it used to, where it just automatically picked everything for you, but now you actually have the visual feedback, so it's nice to actually know whether it's working or not. Go ahead and create this now. And that's only 15 soldiers, actually, but I think maybe it should be enough. 50%, okay, let's add back a few soldiers. We'll just fill up the entire squad, I suppose. It's still saying 50%. Hopefully it's better than that when everybody gets equipped. Okay, now, of course, Bogomil is happy that we sent him the help. This also gives us a little bit of a matriarch approval as well. So this is kind of a nice little trick that you guys can do. If you ever notice it, you can always just send one soldier and it always counts. I feel like they should have the, they should change this to where the amount of help you give correlates to the amount of relationship you increase, but I'm not going to complain about it. It helps us right now, and that's kind of all that matters. Okay, so now this is another new addition, which is political demand. So basically this works just like the other, you know, strong desires and things, but it's a demand towards your ruler, basically. And as you can see, the politician here believes your ruler is too indecisive, while the city's enemy gathers strength and demands to attack a village or the city of the faction of London. So we have to do this, otherwise he is, I don't know if he's just going to get the mood impact or if he will actually try to rebel just based on this. But if that's the case, we're going to have to do something about London. And we could just literally burn their village, and that would probably be enough. I would probably prefer to burn... I don't actually know. Northwind, I guess, just to take its hops. The meat, rather, would be okay, but not really something that's going to impact us too much right now. I think we'll just probably end up burning Northwind. I don't know what the time limit on this is. I think this is kind of poorly implemented at the moment. It's not really clear why we have to do this exactly, or like what it does to us if we don't do it. Yeah, it doesn't even say this. When a lord becomes a politician, he gains the 30% experience bonus. Yeah, it doesn't mention anything here that I can see about... Oh, he may issue an ultimatum demanding the crown if his relations fall... Okay, so I think maybe it just impacts his relations with the ruler to have this, and if it drops below -25, then he will try to take the crown. And that is another thing they added, is that the bishop can take the crown now. But again, I think this could be explained a little bit better. At least they do have this icon here, which is quite nice. So okay, I take it back a little bit. But still, I think this is probably maybe trying to just push the system through a little too quickly. But either way, at least we know now. Okay, now some good news, because our residential house did get completed rather quickly, so I know for a fact that it was a bug, because it was not getting rebuilt over several episodes, and then as soon as I rebuilt it, it got immediately patched up. So yeah, something is going on there. But either way, we have all of our houses up to level 3 now, so we can start to build up to the level 5, which is only comfort based. As you can see, they already have the maximum amount of residents in them. So now basically all you get out of these additional increased levels is just the comfort. So we will finally start to be just going towards that, and that is going to be very good for us, because the better mood everybody has, the more that we will get more migration, which will fill up all of our empty jobs. Now here we are at this bandit camp, and let's just go ahead and run on in. As you can see, it is definitely 50% or higher compared to what it was showing us, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and run in though, and we will just wait until we get over there, I suppose. Look at how slow Luchavoy is moving. This is actually crazy. He is 76 years old, so it's not too surprising, but it is pretty funny, actually. I wonder if hitting stay in the back will affect us at all. No, not really. Either way, we'll just go ahead and speed through this. Nothing too crazy going on. I guess we can take that. Won't make a difference. And just like that, I don't even think we lost... Maybe we lost somebody right there? Yeah, we lost one. Okay. Well, we did get some nice prisoners, 6, and we got 3 spears and an extra bow, which is quite nice. And Paris is now safe. Now, we are going to probably attack Northwind here on the way home. This is going to, I think, impact our relationship with the matriarch. I always forget if raiding actually counts for that. But either way, we kind of have to do it so our bishop doesn't get all ticked off with us. I don't even know why. I guess they just don't like that London keeps on giving us problems. But right now, it's actually Ottawa that is going to try to burn us, because Ottawa owns Rio and London here. So we are probably going to have to defend that as well. This will burn up a little bit of time so that Luchavoy can hopefully go and help out Evermere before he heads home. Okay, so now the village defense just switched over. It's Lisbon that's going to attack Evermere now, and I guess it completely cancels out Ottawa's attack. I'm not really too sure why. That also seems a little bit janky as well. And this bandit camp returned already. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I guess we will have to go and deal with that again at some point. It's quite strong already, so that's not too great. Now, it has disappeared, but we did get the Ragged People notification that they are approaching. I don't know how long we have. I don't think we have very long at all. I think it's usually like within 12 hours of the message popping up, so I don't know if we should just go ahead and head home for now. And I think we're going to go ahead and do that, since we are right here anyways. And we'll just wait for the Ragged People, then we'll go burn that village, and then we'll go and try to defend Evermere. Although we may even just have Dunyava. Oh no, she can't do that anymore. That's right, we blinded her. Is anybody else decent? I guess we could send Dana, but she is managing, so I guess we'll just have to send Luchavoy. Okay, so it looks like Neptera acquired hand-to-hand combat and the Ryefield and Mill from Luchavoy here. I don't know if those were even ones that we really needed. Let's see here. Rye field and mill, no, we definitely didn't need. Hand-to-hand combat, though, I mean, might as well. Just in case anybody loses all of their weapons, this is quite a useful uh, knowledge to have, I suppose, but not the ones that we were hoping, at least. And our carrot field is built, and we'll go ahead and we'll put Lirama on it. We'll just try to even everything out. That's the nice thing about having so many good managers, after all. Okay, and some more good news, because Neptera is actually pregnant with Luchvoy's child, and that means after Luchvoy and Neptera both die, we will have our next ruler all lined up, and hopefully Neptera has a couple more children actually before Luchvoy dies, but if not, we'll just find her another husband. Now, another thing is, we will probably be having this be one of our longest series yet, and that's because another change that they made is that even after you become Emperor, you can defeat the Inquisition and you can actually continue your game after that. So we can become an Emperor, potentially, and then take over the entire map, which I think would be quite interesting to do, especially in this World at War series. It makes a lot of sense to try to end all of the wars. So that's going to be the final goal, I think, of the series, is to take everything over and try to make most of our vassals happy enough that they don't try to secede from us. Okay, now the Ragged Ones are attacking. We probably need to check before we create our army. So there's 11 this way, and probably more this direction. So we need to go ahead and have Luchvoy get up. They're attacking in the middle of the night, which is a little annoying. Let's go ahead. We'll just do... He doesn't really need even that many, since he is quite a powerful commander and everything. So let's go ahead and just do something like 8 is probably fine. Head up this way. And Dana is also going to need to get going. So let's go ahead and set her up with around 10 or so and auto them. And she can just go straight over here and attack them. Okay, and the battle has begun. Let's take a look. So it looks like there's actually only 12 here, which is pretty good. This should be no problem for Luchvoy at all, and they're heading in the perfect direction as well. And Dana's already involved here. I really hope she doesn't get herself killed. Probably not, though. Let's go ahead and watch what goes on here. I probably should have set Luchvoy to stay in the back, but I don't think it's going to be too big a deal. And unsurprisingly, this is not looking like too much of an issue anymore. These ragged people sure are a nuisance, though, at the beginning of the game. Luckily, it's just not a big of a problem now, but, you know. In the early game, I don't know. I don't think I like this change just because you get nothing from it, and yeah, it's very, very difficult to manage in a hardcore playthrough in the early game, and it just makes everything pretty tedious, but at least now we have finished, you know, having them be difficult, and now they're just pretty much, you know, just an annoyance. Okay, and with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and attack Northwind. Create a squad, Luchvoy, and we'll send... We're going to send 10 just because I don't know... I've never had anybody try to defend the villages, but I don't really want a chance that they might. So let's go ahead and send Luchvoy on his way. Okay, now it looks like Lisbon is actually attacking Evermere right now. We could just attack them on the road just to save time, and I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, I thought it would save time, but as you can see, they basically already made it to Evermere. We might as well just take the additional help here. So we'll just head right into Evermere instead and get into this fight. Okay, so let's just go ahead and jump on in. As you can see, they have no chance at all here. It actually looks like... Oh, okay. I thought their mood might be pretty low, too. They have a fair amount of people. Obviously not enough to go against us, but I figure that their chances would be a little bit higher. Either way, let's just let them run in. We don't have many bowmen, but we have a little bit that we can make use of here, just to prevent any additional damage. And look at that, their commander has a dagger. That is not good for them. We'll hit stay in the back here on Luchvoy. And they are falling pretty quickly. Quite quickly, actually. Good for us. Okay, now let's go immediately and attack Northwind. Okay, and here we are at the trader, and we have plenty of medical cells finally. Go ahead and drop these down until we have 14 left, half of our army's worth. And we'll sell a little bit of bows as well, because we're doing pretty decently at the moment on weapons. We'll save a few, though. And otherwise, maybe we sell a little bit more iron again. We probably actually we are starting to get low on it. We'll go ahead and hang on to it this time. And we'll buy a little bit more. We don't really need the rye anymore. we will buy some extra flour until we can stock it up better. But otherwise, I don't think that we're going to need anything else, really. Yeah, not that. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. And we do have a bunch of prisoners, but I do want to check and see first to see, which ones of these that we can hire. So let's go ahead and check that out. We'll definitely hire these. Hire all the Varns. All the Varns. And let's see, not the Cadens. We will probably take the the Taneas. Yeah. Let's take all these. We won't take the Mikado. The rest of these, how upset are they? They're all completely upset. We could just wait until we get carrots and make sure we have it set up for them to get carrots. Let's go ahead and do that. Carrots, max. Unemployed will also set them to be allowed to have carrots. Perfect. And the rest of this all looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. So we'll go ahead and hang on to them for the moment. Hopefully we can get some carrots grown and actually start to give them to everybody. It says we've produced 13, but I don't see any in our storage at the moment. So hopefully we'll actually be able to feed them. But if not, then we'll probably have to sell them. But we have almost 4,000 gold. So I'm wondering if we should think about buying anything else. I didn't buy weapons, come to think of it. We may want to start maybe buying paper just to have it in case we need a trade route. And otherwise, I guess we could just buy a few carrots for the moment. And there's basically nothing else here that I can think of. Yeah, I don't really need anything else at the moment. So I guess we'll just go with this for the moment. Okay, so we took out Northwind, got our 50 hops, and of course that ticked off London quite substantially, but let's see. And it did satisfy Ammonosier here, so we shouldn't have to deal with any religious rebellion. I think I'm going to take it back. I actually like this just because it gives you an extra way to actually deal with any potential problems with the priest, instead of them just always getting ticked off and rebelling against you and having no real way to deal with it other than continuously spending time and hoping the AI blesses you with a good relationship boost off that. So I do actually like this. I think it could probably be implemented better, but I'll talk about that, as I actually think of the things that could be used to improve it. Okay, now apparently when we took out Lisbon, we actually took out what is known as their treasurer, and the treasurer is a new mechanic. Basically, it's, I guess, the person who handles the money or something like that. And when you kill them, and I guess we did when they attacked Evermere, it actually reduces their army. So as you can see, it's 30% reduced right now, and that will last 3 days. So this may be a good time actually to think about attacking them, and we could just do it suddenly, although it's not letting us at the moment. Since you are not deadly enemies, it can only be performed with the neighbor with whom you share. Oh, okay. So we would have to take Rome first, which would be pretty easy. We could definitely do that, and then we could take Lisbon, and that would definitely take out a kind of annoying power in the region. We may think about that, but the thing is that Lisbon will be quite an unruly vassal, so I think I want to expand over here first and just be decently large compared to them first, so that we can deal with it if they do decide to rebel a little easier. Okay, now we are able to finally grant a title to Lirama here, so let's go ahead and do that. And as you can see, we have a village defense. That's Ottawa again, trying to attack Evermere. So hopefully we can take out their treasure, but we'll wait to send a defense until they actually attack it. So there we go. And actually, I could start to probably flatter... Let's see, can we do that? Doesn't seem like we can. Oh, we can, okay. Yeah, we could actually flatter Dunyava. I don't know if we really want her. I mean, after all, she is blind. Would she make the best vassal? Probably not. And she is also getting kind of older, so we only have her for another day. We'll just let her leave. But either way, we have Lirama now, and she is 40. She would actually make a pretty good vassal, I think. So we're probably just going to send her off to go ahead and do that. Settle ruins. Lirama. It only costs 300 gold. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Does she have anything that we're going to lose? by sending her away. It looks like we'll lose Palisades. That appears to be it. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that then. We will have our second settlement, and we will be moving eastward even further, which is quite good for us. Luckily, Budapest is still not giving us much issues. And as you can see, all of our houses have actually gone up to level 4 now, except for this one, apparently. Let's go ahead and upgrade that one. And I'll go ahead and start on the level 4s. I guess there's a few more over here that haven't. But we'll go ahead and get started on these level 4s and upgrade those to level 5. Okay, now once we get all these houses up to level 5, we can finally start to produce some coal and start to just focus on entirely weaponry and armor, which is pretty good. I think that is where we're going to call it, though, for this episode, so we'll have this abandoned city settled in the next episode, and we will also be taking care of Evermere, and we will be contending a little bit with Ottawa and probably Lisbon as well, and hopefully that will make us more powerful than Cape Town within the next few episodes. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.